Ever dream of building your own game?
We're diving headfirst into the world of C# for Unity, and trust me,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
way cooler than just numbers and symbols on a screen. Think like creating a world
Absolutely.
where your characters actually react to every move you
Yeah.
make. This learning guide we're diving
Right.
into.
Okay.
It's like unlocking the cheat codes to make that happen. But before we conquer the digital world,
Okay.
we got to start with the basics. We're talking the stuff that makes your game tick.
Okay.
And it all starts with, get this, public and private variables. Okay, I know it sounds a little dry, right? But stick with me because this is where our expert steps in to make it all make sense.
Okay, so think of it this way. You're building this massive online multiplayer game, right?
Right.
You wouldn't want some random player messing with your carefully crafted characters, or worse, stealing everyone's hard-earned loot, right?
Yeah, no way.
Public and private variables are like the security guards of your code.
Ooh, okay, I see where this is going.
Right.
So the public ones are like,
They're like open doors. Anyone with the right access can just stroll right in, interact with them.
okay.
Useful, sure. But it's like leaving your treasure chest unlocked
Right.
for anyone to peek into.
Yeah, that's not good.
Exactly.
And private ones are more like,
Fort Knox,
okay,
locked down tight. Only specific parts of your code
right.
have the clearance to even know they exist,
Oh,
let
well,
alone mess with what's inside.
now it's all clicking.
That's why it matters. So when the guide talks about controlling variable visibility,
Yeah.
it's really about
Maintaining order, my friend. Especially when your code starts to look like a sprawling digital metropolis, you need to know exactly which parts are open to the public and which are on lockdown.
I like it.
Yeah.
Speaking of order, the book mentions how C# code is structured within Unity.
Okay.
They compare it to addressing an envelope.
Right.
And honestly, I never thought I'd be this excited about snail mail.
It's a brilliant analogy. Think about it.
Yeah.
You wouldn't just scribble the address, return address, and stamp all over the place, would you?
Oh, definitely not. Chaos.
There's a specific order,
Right.
a logic to it.
Yeah.
C# follows a similar system to access information within a game's components.
It's all about sending instructions to the right place at the right time.
So it's not about making things overly complicated.
No.
It's about,
Elegance and efficiency. Imagine a postal system
okay,
that just works seamlessly,
right.
where every letter finds its way effortlessly to the recipient.
Yeah.
That's what this structured approach does for your code.
It creates a system that just works.
Okay, that's a system I can get behind.
We've laid the groundwork with our public and private security detail,
Right.
and now we know how to write code that doesn't look like it was thrown together by a caffeine-fueled squirrel.
Exactly.
Okay.
We've got our code looking neat and tidy.
All right.
But what about the good stuff? The action,
Yeah.
the drama, the explosions.
Exactly.
This is where things get really interesting because we're about to meet the stars of our C# show variables.
All right, so think of variables like containers.
But instead of holding your leftover pasta, they store all the vital information that our game needs to run.
I'm already feeling more organized.
There you go.
No more rogue spaghetti code.
Exactly. You've got your different types of data,
Right.
numbers, text, true or false values,
Okay.
each with its designated container clearly labeled.
So it's like setting up the stage for a play.
Precisely. And just like we assign roles to actors, right? We use these variables to define everything in our game, a character's health points.
The score, even whether a door is open or closed.
Okay, all right, so we've declared our variables, they're prepped, they're ready to go.
Right.
What's next? How do we make them actually do something?
That is where methods strut onto the scene.
Okay.
If variables are the nouns in our C# script.
Then methods are the verbs, the action heroes.
Okay.
They tell our game objects what to do.
I like it.
I'm seeing this superhero team up here.
Right.
The guide throws in this add two numbers method as an example.
Sure, and
While that's a pretty straightforward example,
yeah.
it highlights the beauty of methods.
Okay.
They're reusable blocks of code.
Okay.
Imagine having to write the same code over and over again.
Right.
Every time you wanted your character to say jump.
Talk about tedious. My fingers are cramping just thinking about it.
Right. Methods to the rescue.
Write the code once,
Okay.
package it neatly into a method,
Right.
and then just call on it whenever you need it.
It's all about efficiency.
There you go.
And speaking of, the book dives into this start and update
Yeah.
methods in Unity.
Yes.
These two always trip me up a little bit.
Okay, so think of it this way. Imagine you're setting up a surprise party. The start method is like prepping everything beforehand, putting up the decorations, hiding the cake, cueing the confetti cannons.
Setting the stage for the big reveal.
Exactly. But the party really gets going when the guest of honor arrives.
Right.
That's your update method kicking in.
It's the ongoing action.
The music, the laughter, all happening continuously.
So start is for the one-time setup actions.
Yes.
And update is for things that keep happening.
You got it. It's the difference between setting the stage
and letting the play unfold.
I like it.
Now imagine we're building a game where a bear roams the woods.
Ooh, this is where that hilarious "the bear made big potty in the woods" example from the book comes in, right?
We know it.
That, my friend, is the power of C# logic at play.
This Boolean variable, which can be true or false, determines what happens in our game.
Did the bear do its business in the woods?
If the answer is yes, maybe our character has to hold their breath when they walk past.
Exactly. This is how we program those decision points.
Right.
Those forks in the road that make our games feel dynamic and responsive to the player's actions.
Okay, we've got variables setting the scene, methods making things happen, and Booleans determining if our character needs a gas mask, thanks to that bear. What's next in our C# adventure?
Well, think about how intricate games are.
Right.
It's not just about individual actions, right?
Yeah.
It's about how different parts of the game world interact with each other.
Right, okay.
We need to teach our code how to communicate.
Okay.
And that's where dot syntax enters the picture.
Dot syntax. It sounds a bit like a secret code language, like hackers use.
The book gave the example of transform.position.x.
Right.
And to be honest, my brain went a little cross-eyed.
It's simpler than it sounds, I promise.
Uh-huh.
Think of it like a well-run company.
Yeah.
You've got your different departments, right? Marketing, finance, development,
Right.
each with their own roles.
Okay.
But to achieve a common goal, they need to communicate with each other effectively.
So dot syntax is like the company's internal memo system.
Precisely.
Okay.
It's a way for different components within Unity to talk to each other in a structured and efficient way.
Okay.
That example from the book, transform.position.x.
All right.
It's not just a random jumble of words. It's like a set of directions.
Okay, break it down for me.
Imagine you're trying to find a specific file on your computer.
Okay.
You start with the main drive. Then you go into, say, the Documents folder.
Yeah.
Then maybe another folder within that.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, you find your file.
Okay.
Transform.position.x follows a similar logic.
Okay.
We start with the transform component, which handles an object's position.
Right.
Then we narrow it down to position.
Okay.
And finally, we zero in on the x coordinate, which tells us where the object is horizontally.
So we're not just telling an object to move.
Right.
We're giving it precise instructions on where to go.
Exactly.
By communicating with its different components.
And the cool part, the book takes this even further.
Okay.
Showing how we can use dot syntax to make objects move based on player input.
Oh, wow. Okay.
They use this example with a learning script
Right.
that interacts with talk to me and spinner components. It's like choreographing a dance between different parts of your game.
So if the player presses the right arrow key,
Right.
we can use dot syntax to tell a specific object to move to the right.
You got it. It's like conducting an orchestra.
Each instrument plays its part.
Right.
And dot syntax is the conductor's baton, ensuring that everything works together harmoniously.
This is blowing my mind. We've gone from basic instructions
Right.
to creating these complex interactions between different parts of our game.
Yeah.
It's like our code is finally coming to life.
And this is just the beginning.
Wow.
As you delve deeper into C#, you'll discover even more powerful ways to leverage these concepts.
Right.
Create intricate game mechanics and build truly immersive experiences.
It's incredible to think that just a couple of episodes ago, this all seemed like a completely foreign language.
But thanks to this deep dive, and of course, our experts' incredible explanations,
We've gone from Sichuan novices to, I think, having a solid grasp of the fundamentals.
Absolutely, yeah. And the best part
It's
is,
just the first step.
now that you have this foundation, you can explore all sorts of advanced topics,
What?
like AI, complex game systems,
Wow.
even building your own game engine from scratch.
The possibilities are pretty much endless, and that's what makes learning C# for Unity so exciting.
I agree.
It's like opening a door to a world of creativity and innovation.
Absolutely.
So to our listener out there, keep experimenting, keep coding, and most importantly,
Keep playing.
yeah,
Until next time, happy game developing.